Hey guys, it's Gus. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make an aluminum rear body post mount for the Redcat Kaiju. First, before I get started, I want to point out I didn't use both holes. The top holes were a mistake, and instead of wasting a piece of aluminum, I just left them. It shouldn't really hurt anything anyway. But anyway, the first thing is, of course, this thing was broke. So what I did is I used some super glue and I just glued it back together so I have a better template. And then for the top holes, you got to put it on top to the outside edge to make sure the holes line up with the body. And then I actually did two steps at once here. What I did was put this on. I actually used my C-clamp, clamped this down, and then used my little paint pen here, put a mark here, and then I also used it to mark these holes here. Then I cut this off, drilled it out, and then I put this on here, and then also clamped it down. And if you see back in here, I actually traced out where I needed to notch it, so it goes around the shock tower braces. So I put this on, I line it up with the bottom edge, and the reason I did that, if you notice here, this is actually taller than this. I measured the height of the body pin when it's in these stock ones, and it sits right here, and there's about, I forget, I think it's like 4 millimeters between there. But what I did was I used a spacer, and with the height difference here, after it's bolted on, the height's the same, plus then this is directly on top of here instead of having it up here. With this flat on top, it's less likely to actually bend it down or break off the body pin. The other thing you have to do, I just used my Dremel, and I just put not even a slot in there. I just put, because these are keyed. So after you got those marked out, you cut them out like so, and then you have that part done. And if you see here, what these are for, at first I just turned the body pin, but I know some guys aren't going to like that. So to keep it the way it's supposed to be, what I did was took my drill, 16th inch drill bit, and stuck it through here, drilled it all the way through. And then I had my hole for the pin to come through so it'll snap all the way in, and then I used my Dremel and I just notched it in a little bit at a time until the body pin will go all the way on. And the good thing is I made sure it was nice and snug, so that way it doesn't bend this end over or anything like that. It'll help support it. But then when I was done, I filed it up, sanded it down with some sandpaper so it's nice and smooth. And then when you put it on, it goes on this way with the metal piece, flat piece here forward. And that's all there is to it. It's a pretty simple process, not a whole lot to doing it, and it so far I was worried I was going to bend it, but so far you can tell it's still straight as can be, and I've run her about 4 times, and so far so good. If it does bend, I'm going to do the same exact thing, but I'm going to get a little bit thicker. This is only 0.065, I believe, or 0.07. But they do make some 1/8 inch thick or 3mm thick, and then I'm pretty sure it's not going to break. But so far it's been good. There it is installed on there. Fits real good. I have a piece of foam still on the body yet. If you saw my last video, I had some really tough foam, and that sits right on top of here on the body to help cushion the blow, not ruin the body quite as bad. It actually goes over top of the shocks here too, because them shocks, they really take a whack sometimes and you land upside down when you drive like I do. And the other thing, I did have somebody ask me about my tires. Let's see here, I put some different tires on. These things are really good. They don't balloon at all. But these are the old Traxxas T-Max tires. These are actually a 3.2. I was just going to put them on another pair of stock wheels. I was going to pull them off, but what I am doing is these are RPM Stable Max wheels, and they fit right on. The front I did have to trim like around where these circles are here. On the inside I did have to trim around a little bit because it was rubbing on the bolt on the inside that holds the front hub on. And yeah, that's all there is to it. If you want to know anything else or of how I did it, or if I forgot something, I wouldn't doubt if I did. Sometimes, usually I'll put it in text on the screen if I forget and I notice I forgot. But if there's something else you need to know, let me know. Put a comment down below and I'll give you a hand. Make sure to subscribe. If you're not, hit the like button, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.